What is up, crew? It is Sunday, it is Spencer, and you are an FTRealM. This week, our topic is on pumping. Before I jump into it, let me give you 3 disclaimers. Number 1, I am not a doctor. 2, I do not personally pump myself. So all information that I'll be giving is based off of my friends and research I did on the internet. And 3, any reference to the downstairs area will be junk. This will hopefully alleviate anyone with bottom dysphoria and like trigger words and everything. So downstairs will be called junk. Alright, so let's get into it. So pumping, let's first define what pumping is. Pumping is the act of creating a suction to your junk to elongate it both length and girth. This is achieved by attaching some type of suction cup and applying pressure or tension downstairs for a certain amount of time. Now, you usually do it for roughly 30 minutes twice a day to get best results. But honestly, it's up to you how often you want to pump. And it's not only for trans guys. Cis women pump, trans women pump, cis men pump. Like, it's used for a variety of people for a variety of reasons. So don't think it's only trans inclusive. Why do people pump? Usually it's done to alleviate bottom dysphoria. Some people only pump when they're about to have sex. Others pump all the time. It's completely up to the individual and the person. Pre-T or while on T, you can pump. It's definitely recommended for those who are thinking about bottom surgery, just so you know. Now, I like to describe pumping like an elastic band. An elastic band, when you first get it, it keeps its shape very well. But after a certain amount of use and the amount of tension that is applied to that rubber band, it no longer springs back to its original state. It stays elongated and bigger. That's essentially what pumping is. It's to make the original state of your junk extend. Just like a rubber band though, too much pressure will cause it to break. Don't worry, you're not going to break your junk off. But it can be anywhere from mild irritation to complete loss of sensation downstairs. So you definitely want to consult a doctor or have a pumping kit versus making your own pump for the first time. Now there's different types of pumps from homemade to kits. They range anywhere from free to $300 depending on how advanced of technology you want. A basic pump is a suction type cup, a suction type apparatus, and a gauge to see how much pressure you are applying. You can do the homemade syringe type where you basically cut off the nozzle of a syringe, sand down the side so it isn't jagged, and pull the plunger to apply pressure and keep it there for a certain amount of time. Now, that's free if you can, find a big enough syringe. But again, if you're first starting out, you don't really know what the safe amount of pressure is to be applied to your junk. And such a sensitive area, you want to be extra careful. There's pumps that you can get that are just a bike pump that you just squeeze and it applies pressure, and whenever you think it's a good amount of pressure, you keep it on. Or there's actual electronic pumps that go to a certain gauge, whatever that gauge is, and it works for however long you want it on there. For your first time, I would say do a handheld pump or a gauge pump simply so you can understand and know and read the directions, etc., so you can be as safe as possible. But if you want to go the homemade route, honestly, YouTube or Google are your best friends. I don't personally pump because I don't have bottom dysphoria at all. It actually makes me more dysphoric for my junk to grow. So while I'm on T and my junk is growing, it actually makes me more dysphoric. I don't know why. It's like a reverse effect on me, but that's just how I am. But, a lot of my friends pump, and it alleviates a lot of dysphoria they have downstairs, so that's really great for them. So definitely consult a doctor, consult a physician. If you don't want to talk to anybody about that, talk to either other trans guys or the people at like Love Shack or Starship or any adult novelty stores, because they honestly have some advice on pumping. I know, surprising, but they know a little bit about it. Anyways, that's all the tips I have for you guys on pumping. I'm not big on it, but I know it's a godsend for people who have bottom dysphoria, so it's definitely worth checking out. If you have any questions or concerns, definitely leave them in the comments below. I'll leave all my information in the comments below. I'm very visible, so come find me, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. I will add you. We can be friends. It's Sunday. It is Spencer. Until next time.